What it is, Montano Peace and Grease here. Today I'm going to be showing you the quickest and easiest way to farm the Granum Crown. This is the very first coin, the low-level coin. Now you may be wondering, what can you get from the first coin? Well, I'm standing on one of them right now, and that is the Corpus Bridge Capturacine. And if you're into the Capturacines, well, you're probably going to want it. But the other things that you may be interested in are going to be the Stropa Barrel, the Stropa Blade, which that is the melee, the new gunblade, Corpus gunblade, the Stolta Receiver, which is the new primary, the Velux Barrel, which is the new secondary, as well as the Protea Neuroptics. The other items that you can get from this is the Granum Crown ship decoration, and once my decorations spawn in, I've got so much clutter on my orbiter right now that it takes forever for all my crap to spawn in. And there we go. So this is the very first Granum Crown ship decoration here. And on top of all of those things, you can get void traces, endo, credit caches, all of those types of things. So you may be interested in any of those, or maybe you're interested in all of those. But this tactic works extremely well. I have multiples of everything on the first coin. That's how well this tactic works. So let's talk about the location, and then we'll talk about the loadout. The location is Iliad. Now this is a low-level assassinate mission against the Sergeant. And damn near every weapon in the game can take this dude out very quickly and very easily. The good thing about the assassinate missions is they are faster than a capture mission. You heard me correctly. The reason for this is because on an assassinate mission, the Lotus will never chime in and say, change of plans. I'm turning your capture mission into an exterminate mission. God, that's frustrating. Like, I specifically selected a capture mission, and if I wanted to run an exterminate mission, I would run a damn exterminate mission. Why are you changing it into an exterminate? Anyway, I digress. The point is that the Lotus will never chime in and change this assassinate into an exterminate. Thank goodness. Now, this tactic works extremely well because basically you're going to spawn in, you're going to find one of the Granum Void terminals, the hand, you're going to jump in, and usually in about 30-something seconds, I can knock out about 80 enemies with this tactic. And then I will, on the way to the assassinate target, I will find the treasurer, take him out. He's going to replace the Granum Crown that I just used to enter the Granum Void. I take out the assassinate target, bingo bango, I'm at the extraction, and I just do that over and over again. This takes less than 4 minutes. You heard me correctly, less than 4 minutes to do. That's how well this works. So let's talk about the loadout. Now, in my opinion, Volt is a very underrated Warframe. Yes, he's kind of a glass cannon, but he is very, very good at wiping maps. That's what makes him so effective on this mission. So my build isn't anything fancy. In fact, I haven't even really had a chance to maximize it. I'd like to clean it up a little bit more, throw in another forma. But basically this build, this is what I'm running. I am running Growing Power. If you do not have Growing Power, you can run a different aura mod. Alright? The other thing is, if you don't have Volt Prime, if all you have is a regular Volt, you don't need Power Drift. You can leave that empty, and so you don't have to use up a XLS adapter. I am running Streamline for more efficiency because my fourth costs so much. Running Stretch for more range. Umbral Intensify for more power strength. You can probably get away with running a regular Intensify again. I am running Capacitance, and the reason I'm running Capacitance is because, as you can see on my build, I don't have any health, shields, or armor mods. This is where Capacitance comes into play, because anytime I use any of my abilities and I damage an enemy shields, it's going to give those right back to me in the form of shields. So I regularly see about 1,500 shields with this augment. It works very well for that. I am running Augur Reach. The mods you can potentially drop from here are going to be Augur Reach and Capacitance, if you don't want to put any form on your regular Volt, which I don't blame you. And you can leave Power Drift off, leave your explicit slot empty. But the mods you're going to want to run, at least the ones that I run, are going to be Overextended, which is going to give me increased range, which works really well for my fourth, but it does ding my power strength. That's where Transient Fortitude comes in. It gives me back my strength, but it does ding my duration a little bit. That's where Arrow-Minded comes in, because it gives me back my duration and it dings my range, which that's where Overextended and Augur Reach comes in. So it's a nice secular type of build. But that's what I'm building. Arcanes don't matter. And the other thing that doesn't matter are your weapons, because you're not going to be relying on your weapons. So you can run anything that you want. I do have the Zorus equipped. You don't have to, because you're not going to be saving any of the Fortuna people. when you enter the Granum Void, your goal is to kill as many of those enemies as you can, get in, get out, get done. And that's really the objective, because this is going to be the most efficient way to farm the Granum Crown. I am running my Astilla and my Kuba Nucor because why not? It's really just that simple. So alright, let's jump into a mission and I will show you how I go about doing this. And something that's off topic, it's just something to point out, is with this update we also received the ability to select different orbiter charges with whatever orbiter you're running. For example, I'm running the Nightwave orbiter, but I'm actually running the turret. So yeah, you can mix and match the orbital charges now on whatever orbiter you happen to prefer to run. Now the whole tactic to this mission is going to be spamming your second to keep your speed boost up, to get through the mission very quickly, and your fourth to get rid of enemies, and also when you're in trouble to rack up the extra shields on your bolt. Okay, so right now what we're looking for is a Granum Void terminal, the hand. Here it is. So we're going to jump in here. So I have 3 Granum Crowns, and I always will, as long as I always find the Treasurer. And you will typically always find a Treasurer on this mission. Alright, so let's find some enemies. Unfortunately, the one limiting factor on this mission is the enemy spawn rate. As you can see, there we go. That's all I'm doing, is spawning my fourth. There we go. Pick up any pyramids you see drop, and there will be quite a few. There we go. I don't typically mess with the pyramids because you can usually get all the kills you need. There you go, 86 kills in 36 seconds. Now, the objective is we're going to keep our eyes peeled for the Treasurer on the way to the assassinate target. Now, you will encounter the Treasurer either on the way to the assassinate target or on the way to extraction. So just keep your eyes peeled.
We've got robots inbound.
The downside to the Treasurer is sometimes he doesn't cooperate when he spawns in. Sometimes he will spawn in, other times he will not spawn in, which is extremely annoying. Well, I'm not saying he won't spawn in, I'm saying that it takes a second for him to spawn in. And sometimes if you get through the mission too quickly, it takes him a second to spawn in. Alright, so there's the assassinate target. Take him out real quick.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
So at this point, all I'm looking for is the Treasurer. Okay. So we're at extraction. The Treasurer has not spawned in, so we're going to back up a little bit, and then we'll go right back to it. This tactic usually works if you back up a little bit. It did not that time, so I'll go back a little further. Let's clear up. Let's get some shields stacked up here. There we go. Get rid of these dudes. Whoa. Alright. Now hopefully the Treasurer will spawn in. This is really the limiting factor for alright, this Treasurer is really starting to annoy me. Is when the Treasurer is going to spawn in. This is actually a lot quicker than what you're seeing right now. The Treasurer, unfortunately, is not cooperating. Finally. Glad you could join us, dude. Where have you been? There we go. Finally. Where have you been at, dude? You been on a coffee break? Alright. That took longer than it should have. You can usually do this in under 4 minutes, and even with all the running around I still did this in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. I ended up with a Granum Crown decoration, a Stropha blade, and a 3,000 credit cash. So there you go. You can see how quick this goes. If the treasurer had spawned in when he was supposed to, this probably would have taken me less than 3 minutes. But that's why this is so effective, and that's why this tactic works so well. Is it because it allows you to run this mission multiple times very quickly, very easily, and it allows you to do it solo. So, yeah, it took me about 30 to 40 runs, probably closer to 40 runs to finally get the Protea Neuroptics. That did not want to drop for me, unfortunately. Using this tactic, I have multiples of everything on the first Granum Crown. And I mean, I have multiples of everything. Stropa blades, barrels, everything. So it works that well. Anyway, hopefully that helps you out. Let me know down in the comment section. And until next time, peace out.